Like US, UK warns citizens over possible attack in Abuja. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, great and wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I brought you this news as it is presented at our disposal, where US, UK warn their citizens over, possible attack in the federal capital of Nigeria, Abuja. Now, the big question is, how did these people find out there is a possible attack in Abuja? Who is planning this possible attack and what is their plans? They did not tell us, but they told us that there is a possible attack in Abuja. But let us hear this news in details, as we will now understand whether they specify who and what is planning this attack in the federal capital. Following the report by US Embassy that there is an elevated risk of terror attacks in Nigeria, the United Kingdom has warned its citizens to stay alert. Recall that the United States Embassy on Sunday issued a security alert on elevated risk of terror attacks in Abuja, the Nigeria capital. The UK government, in its reaction, warned its citizens to stay alert, adding that the attack could be indiscriminate and targeted at Western interest. Underline that area. It said attacks could be indiscriminate and could affect Western interest as well as places visited by tourists. Okay. In line with the warning from the UK government, the British High Commission Abuja announced that it will only be open for business critical staff only. It advised the BHC Abuja UKB parents not to send their children to school. In a short statement, it said, on Monday, 24 of October, British High Commission in Abuja, BHC in bracket, will be open for the business critical staff only. All colleagues wishing to travel to BHC should seek authorization from the line manager/block leads and in advance of travel. Number 2, on Monday, 24 October, BHC Abuja UKB parents are advised strongly not to send children to school. More detail will follow later today from DHC Gil Atkinson report. Meanwhile, the Department of State Service DSS called for calm, saying necessary precautions are being taken to secure the Federal Capital Territory and the other part of Nigeria. In a release by Public Relations Officer of the DSS, Peter Afunanya, the agency said DSS has received several inquiries relating to the security advisory issued by the U.S. Embassy in Abuja today, 23/10/2022. The public may recall that the service had variously issued similar warning in the past. While advising that necessary precautions are taken by all and sundry, the populace is enjoined to remain alert and assist security agencies with useful information regarding threats and suspicious criminal acts around them. Meanwhile, the service calls for calm as it works with other law enforcement agencies and stakeholders to maintain peace and order in Abuja and beyond. So, now that is the end of this breaking news. The question is, when they talk about this Western interest, which is here where I am underlined, that UK specified that the attack is going to be on the Western interest. So I am wondering, why on earth is it going to be on the Western interest Why and how did they know about these attacks? Because the only way, even if they will argue that they have seen these attacks on the satellite, we are they able to hear what these people were speaking, that they are going to attack Abuja. There is something very dodgy about this warning, because if they are able to see what is happening and when these people are going to strike, how come all this while they go and strike and they go scot-free without being alerted? Now, because they said that this attack could be indiscriminate and could affect Western interest, that they are targeting the Western interest. What are those Western interests? The things that the Western people are benefiting from Nigeria, that is their interest. So if this attack is actually, targeting Western interest, what does that entails? It means that there is a big conspiracy that is about to unfold in Abuja, and the government and those people who are reporting this news, they are well aware of it. Maybe they are part of this conspiracy that they are reporting it, because you cannot tell me that you have this type of intel. Where does it emanate? Because if you know where it emanates, you should be able to actually go and quench it before it will occur. Not to be putting precautionary measure. You're supposed to actually quench it, because as long as there is an intel, it means that there is a suspect somewhere which can be stopped. But they are telling you that this attack is targeted on the Western interest, who are going to be these potential attackers on the Western interest at Abuja. This is the reason why we advise everybody in Nigeria to go and get your Somalia visa as per the prophecy, because it has become very important that all of you know that the plans of these people, it is because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted of all the frivolous charges leveled against him by the incompetent government of the day. Today now, they are warning there is a possible or potential security attacks that will happen in Abuja, and they are targeting foreign interest, or rather Western interest, not just foreign, specific Western interest. Because ever since there is an attack happening in Abuja, there has never been the one that targeted Western interest. So we are going to continue to watch and see how this Western interest is being targeted and how it will unfold, because we are here. We are not going anywhere. We are calling on the United Nations, calling on all international community, United Nations human rights, to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, because he's been discharged and acquitted of all the frivolous crime leveled against him by these incompetent cabals in Aso Rock, which is reported by the high influenced pastor who read the news that the man in Aso Rock is an imposter from Sudan, and the family is actually requesting 50% of the oil revenue, real oil revenue, to be for them. Probably that is the reason why Nigeria has been taking loan. That is yet what we need to find out. But when it comes to this potential security terrorist attack at Abuja, the reporter and the reportee, they are very dodgy. Those who issued the security alert, there is something deep behind this conspiracy, because you might find out the conspirator is the one reporting what they have conspired. I don't know why. I don't know what they are up to, but we will be there to find out. We are not going anywhere. We are IPOB. We will discover it, or we will unmask it. We will make sure that everybody involved is actually expose, because we are here to expose every criminal, and they should not forget when they are reporting this potential security, terrorist attacks in Abuja. They shouldn't forget that our leader is still in Abuja, because if anything happened to that man, you guys should understand that there is you will not even be pinpointing Western interest, because there is nobody's interest anymore. It will become everybody's interest this time around, because the court has discharged and acquitted Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, but the cabals and these people who are holding him, it does not matter. But we know you people will not go to that route, because it will not be of a good, favor of anybody in that zoological republic.